Hey guys, KaijudoChannel here, and I know that I said I'd be uploading this video last night, but there's quite a lot in this article that kind of caught me off guard, and there's a lot to talk about, so I needed time to, analyze everything and see what everyone else sees in this new article, and now I've compiled a lot to talk about, so let's get straight to it. So, first of all, we get a new card preview. However, this card is not going to be in the battle decks. It's going to be out in the Dojo set, which comes out at late July, somewhere around July 24th. And this card is Mighty Shouter. Now, Mighty Shouter, this is pretty awesome because first of all, he's green, which is way better than red or pink or whatever he was before. So now he looks normal. But not only that, but he's completely buffed into this new powerful creature. Like the guy said, it's a monster, and it is a pretty dang good card. I'm very happy about this. So it's a level 6 now. It's still a beast kin, which is beast folk, and it has 6,000 power instead of 3,000. And here's his effect. So he has double breaker, which is standard for a level 6, and he also has this ability called concussive shot. Now, concussive shot, what happens is when Mighty Shouter attacks, you get to take one of your opponent's creatures that's level 3 or less and put it in their mana zone. Now, it's not the greatest effect in the world, but it's pretty cool for getting rid of weenies that they may have on the field, potential blockers, there's a lot of things that you can get rid of and put in their mana zone. Although you are kind of helping them build up towards their mana to get more mana in their zone, you still have the opportunity to get rid of those, small annoying creatures. So if you put this in the original game, and you could get rid of, Tajimal, you get rid of like lots of really annoying little things, and just, get rid of field presence and exchange it for them having an extra mana, which I guess you could deal with if you're using nature, because you could just accelerate as much mana as you are putting into their mana. I know it's not the most logical thing in the world, but it's still pretty cool that every time he attacks, you can, get rid of one creature that your opponent has that's level 3 or less and put in their mana. That's pretty much it with Mighty Shouter. It is a very rare card, so you might have to open quite a lot of packs to get this, or if you get a box, you'll probably get him instantly. It shouldn't be too hard to get, and hopefully this card is a holo. I'm guessing it's a holo because it's a very rare. I can't wait to see the super rare cards that come out in the dojo. Anyways, this is not the end of the news yet, because he also promised to upload a couple screenshots of the new Kaijudo Online game. So this game is nothing like the battle game. This game is actually like the trading card game, but you're able to play it online, which is really awesome. Now, we don't know yet if there's multiplayer capabilities, but it'd be kind of odd if there weren't any. I mean, maybe at the start on its official launch, maybe you'll only have the tutorial levels and playing against the computer with a pre-assembled deck, or maybe cards that you get with the codes that come with the product. I'm really not sure what it's going to be like, but it looks exactly like the trading card game, so at least there's that. That's really awesome. So here is the first screenshot that explains quite a lot, or reveals quite a bit. It's pretty much a basic board game state kind of thing. And you can see a lot of creatures here that we didn't really get to see before. As for the darkness cards in the top left, you can see 2 Bloody Skeetos and I think a Marrow-Ooze in the graveyard. I'm not really sure. But, Bloody Skeeto, I read the effect. It looks like the exact same card as the original Bloody Skeeto. Level 2, 4,000 blocker that can't attack, and if he wins, he dies. And Marrow-Ooze, we don't know yet. It could be the same thing, maybe not, really not sure. Now, as for water, if you look at that card, it looks a lot like Aqua Guard, but actually, I think this card has been changed because it doesn't have blocker. So it's a level 2 1,000, and it's probably Aqua Soldier. It's probably the new Aqua Soldier, but they took Aqua Guard's picture and made that the Aqua Soldier card. So I don't think it's anything special, but anyways, that's there. Now for the Fire Nature side, this is where things get interesting, because Tatsurion, that's the first thing that caught my eye, and it's really weird because this Tatsurion is nothing like the one they previewed before. This one is a level 7 6,000 with double attacker and howitzer. Now if you remember the previous card, it was a level 6 6,000 with double breaker and fury charge, which was pretty much a speed attacker, but you could only attack creatures with it. But this one has this ability called Howitzer, and it's 1 level more. So I'm not really sure what this card is. I don't know if the original Tatsurion they showed is not the actual one or whatever, but there's quite a possibility that the Dojo set is going to have a different version of the Tatsurion card, if that makes any sense at all. I'm really not sure. I'm thinking that the Battle Dex is going to have a card just called Tatsurion, and then maybe this one is going to be Tatsurion the Unchained. So I guess he's a bit better than the original one that comes in the Battle Dex. That's what I think. I'm not really sure, but that's what I'm getting from it. Now, if you look beside him, that card is 100 Barrel Dragon from the original game, but it's a completely different effect because the original one is really terrible and it was no point using it. But this one, I think, is going to be quite interesting because it has the effect called Speed Aura. Now, we don't know what this means, but typically auras are kind of effects that share abilities with other creatures or other beings or whatever. If you look at the picture, they kind of have this like one fire token thing on each one of them. So maybe that card provides some sort of effect for all fire creatures or something. Not really sure what it means. Don't know if it's going to be like give every fire card speed attacker. It is a possibility. I mean, it's a level 5 that has kind of a Mikey's Pliers effect, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it does. So that's what I'm thinking it is. It gives all your fire creatures speed attacker. Now, if you look at your own hand there, the 2 fire cards, there's Tornado Flame, which we've already seen, which is boosted Tornado Flame from the original game, where it's a level 5 shield blast, but it can kill a creature with 5,000 or less instead of 4,000, which is really awesome. Now, if you look beside it, it's Gilliflame the Assaulter. Holy moly. So we get Gilliflame the Assaulter a bit early. Sadly, I think he's a bit less powerful than the original one, and I'll tell you why. Because now he's a level 4, 5,000, with, I'm presuming, the same effect. It says Fast Attack and Blurring Speed. So I'm guessing Fast Attack is the new name for Speed Attacker. And Blurring Speed, I'm thinking, since he's Gilliflame or Pyrofighter, he's so fast that it just goes back to your hand, just like the original Pyrofighter Magnus. I mean, it's cool, he's more powerful, he's level 4, but that pretty much makes Rush decks a lot worse, and maybe that's what they were going for, because Rush decks were kind of annoying, and they didn't really make sense in the game to me. It's just kind of random, hoping to get the 1-drops and the speed attackers. It's pretty silly. So I guess they just took Pyrofighter and say, hey, let's just make a level 4, so it's, a bit harder to play Rush, but aggro decks would probably like this card a lot better because it's a 5,000 for level 4, which is really awesome. Okay, lastly, there's another screenshot that they showed with the Mighty Shouter card. You could kind of see a bit more. You could see Bronze Arm Tribe in the graveyard. We already seen this before. Essence Elf on the field, but we don't really know what the effect is. And in your hand, you can see a nature spell in there, and it turns out that that card is Natural Snare. But in here, Natural Snare is a level 7. I highly doubt that they're going to use the same effect for Natural Snare in the original game, because that effect for a level 6 spell was kind of, decent. It wasn't unfair or anything. Level 6 to bring a creature on your opponent's side of the field to their mana zone, I think that's a fair cost. So if they're upping it to 7, there's quite a possibility that you might have to send 2 to your opponent's mana. I'm not really sure about that. That might be a bit too crazy, but who knows? I mean, they're buffing a lot of cards, so Natural Snare could be potentially a bit better than its original counterpart, but I don't know yet. We'll have to see there. And here's the last screenshot. It's pretty much what I was saying earlier about the tutorials. This is what it's going to have at first, I'm guessing. So you see Master Hawkins here, and you learn lessons or whatever to know how to play the actual trading card game. And then if you look on the right, there is a deck called Fury of the Elements with not just Tatsurion on it, but Sniper Mosquito. So Sniper Mosquito is another card that's going to be coming out. It probably will be a lot better card, because I don't think they would just put Sniper Mosquito alongside Tatsurion when Sniper Mosquito is only a level 1. So I'm pretty sure Sniper Mosquito is probably this big buffed creature as well. I really don't know what to say about that. But I think this kind of further proves that the battle decks are going to be Fire Nature and Water Darkness. Like, at this point, there's no point arguing that it's going to be those 2 civilizations for each of the decks. Come the release date of the battle decks, which is going to be around, it's June 26th. It's in a couple days. Well, not a couple days, but, 10 days or so. Be expected to get a Tatsurion Fire Nature deck and a Razor Kinder Water Darkness deck. So that was a mouthful to talk about. This is what I was talking about. There's way too many things to talk about to compile in, a couple hours. So this is really cool. We have a lot of, confirmed creatures and a bunch of stuff that is just really awesome. And we're excited. Well, at least I'm excited for this Kaijudo Online game. I'm sure at some point in the future you're going to be able to do multiplayer. And that makes things a lot easier for all of us to play. So that's it for now. Apparently the next preview that this guy is doing, Daniel Tack, he's on Twitter, but he's also on Examiner.com. So the link to this article and all the screenshots is in the description. I guess I'll give you his Twitter account as well. And apparently his next preview is Monday. I don't know if it's Monday midnight or I think it's Monday. Yeah, I'm guessing it's like Sunday at midnight, but it's actually Monday or something. I really don't know, but stay tuned in a couple of days because we're gonna have a new preview, and then Kaijudo is gonna release their preview every Tuesday, and hopefully it's not Mighty Shatter again. That would be kind of silly. It probably isn't because they kind of gave the card to Daniel to show off. So yeah, expect those videos in the next few days. This is Kaijudo Channel wishing you a good day. And I'm gonna head out now. So see you later, guys.